Stunning. I am actually lost for words on this one. It is a very clever idea, and it's beautifully well executed. What a kick in the penis this week's been. Let me tell you, I'm having to cut out so many good builds at the moment, and choosing my top 5 is bloody difficult. It's preposterous, some of the camps I've had to cut out. It was not easy. Virtual struggles aside though, let's take a look at this week's top 5 camps. And just an FYI to all you new people here, none of these builds are shown in any particular order. We find out who's come in what position at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay then, so camp number 1, we are busting my Ashley with this future retro beach house holiday home thing. I love it, whatever it is. I absolutely adore this thing. To me, it looks like a holiday home for the residents of Sanctuary Hills, or for the younger generation to enjoy. Spring break, yeah! STDs and regret, hoo-ha! I'm so sorry. I took that way too far. I don't know, I just feel like a true American when I'm involved in Fallout. Because I am, obviously, you can tell by my accent. But yeah, what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, this actually fits in with the Fallout pre-war kind of vibe, more than post-war. And I'm all for it. Brilliant looking build on the outside. Very clever use of the prefab bungalows as well. I like that. Ashley, this build, exterior-wise, is bob on. I am really, really impressed with this. It's different. Very different. Let's take a look on the interior, though. And I'm sorry, I am actually blasting through these quick today. I've got a shit ton to do. But yeah, interior-wise. Slightly different than what I would expect. I'd expect like a very modern kind of look in here, which there is some modern aspects to it, but there's a bit of, I don't know, rusticy coziness in here. I think it's the wood, to be honest with you. Nah, it's definitely the wood. I do bloody love that living room, though. Oh, this is nice, you know. The only thing it's missing is the drugs on table, to be honest with you. But all in all, cool build. I love the exterior because of how different it is. I like the interior, very well decorated. Yeah, good build this, Ashley. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. For our second camp, we have this pre-existing structure build by Silver Bunny. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. When I first looked at this, I thought, yeah, pretty cool build, but it didn't immediately jump out to me, if that makes any sense. That all changed when I saw the interior, but we'll get on to that. What actually did sway me towards this build, not only the interior, was just how difficult it is to build here. I wasn't aware of this, right? And I'm sure most of you know, when you're building in most pre-existing structures, whether it be a house, a barn, whatever it may be, yeah? It can be quite tricky to place items down inside of them, and that's because you can't always directly put what you want directly onto the floor, if that makes any sense. Now, there is walkarounds to this. You can place the item on a mat, a duck, a conduit, whatever you want, really, and then move the whole thing as one, if that makes any sense. However, in this location, apparently that's not possible. So what Silver Bunny's had to do is go underneath the mat and float every single item you see here up into the build. I don't think I have to explain to you how time-consuming and frustrating that must have been. This is deceptive. So yes, while I do maintain that the outside didn't really catch my eye that much, the lighting is great though, I must say, I can appreciate the amount of work that's gone into it. And check out that interior. Look at the decor levels in that. There has been some serious time spent on this, guys, and I think it's turned out great. Pre-existing structure builds can go either way, but I think Bunny has absolutely killed this. Silver Bunny, thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. Camp number 3, we have the Tranquil Resort by Alex P. And I've got to ask a question now, right? Is there another competition going on somewhere which has water or resorts as its main theme? Because I'm seeing a lot of buddy builds submitted this week which are sharing similar... What's a buddy word? Similar characteristics, yeah. Not that I'm complaining, because I'm loving looking at these. There's been some nice ones entered. But yes, Alex P's Tranquil Resort. What do I really have to say, guys? Another Alex P masterpiece. It's stunning. There's no other word for it. I love the use of the roof pieces as the floors and the angulation on them. Makes it look like it's floating as well on the water. Gorgeous build. Gorgeous. And a fair bit of trickery in it as well. I wouldn't know where to begin with this. I really wouldn't. Saying that, I wouldn't know where to begin with many of the builds I see in the top 5 these days. I can't fault this exterior. Great choice on the location. Overall aesthetics of the place are amazing. Like I say, I think it's all the mad angles that make it stand out. The stairs as well. It's beautiful. It really is a nice looking build, this Alex. There's no other way to describe it. I actually don't know what else to say about it. This one, this is up there for me this week. I'm not sure if it's going to be my top one yet, but it is definitely up there. You'll have to find out at the end of the video if you want to know. But yeah, exterior-wise, Alex, amazing work. Amazing. Just all the little levels and height differences. So many things just make this look so bloody good. Top-notch work. Let's have a look on the inside of it. And yeah, yet again, stunning. I mean, look at the kitchen as well. All the custom little cupboards and stuff. We've got a splashback. You know it's getting bad, right, in a game when you're getting excited over cupboards and a homemade splashback. Is this what we've really come to? Ah, Jesus. But nonetheless, very creative. Very creative. Alex, overall, solid build for me. One of my favourites of the week. Hands down. Thank you very much for entering. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. Bloody hell, we're on camp number 4 already. Like I said, though, I do have to fly through this weekend, so my apologies. Yes, this is the Robot Repair Shop, I do believe, by A-List Productions. Cool-ass build. Awesome looking build. And before anybody says, yes, this is inspired by one of Radrux's builds, and yes, A-List does credit Radrux in the description of his video. Just gonna get that out there, okay? Beautiful. Now, when I first saw this build, right, it's described as a scrappy and immersive kind of build, and I'm thinking, it's a little bit too bright to be lore-friendly-ish, but the more that you look at it, it's actually a very clever blend of styles. If you take a look throughout this build and kind of look beneath all the colourful counters and whatnot that's on it, there is actually quite a scrappy basis to this. What this actually strikes me as is an old hut, which some guy who doesn't know his arse from his elbow has gone around, gathered a load of scrap, like the counters, and just built onto what's already there, if that makes any sense. So, yes, my immediate thoughts are, it isn't really lore-friendly, but the more I look at it, it is, in a mad way. I know it sounds like I'm chatting out my arse, all right, but I get what I'm trying to say, and I'm hoping you kind of understand it yourselves. It's just a thrown-together structure, innit? That's basically what it is, and I think it's cool. The way that it's been done, it looks awesome. I love the aesthetics of this place. Now, interior-wise, let's have a deep dive into this. All right. So there's not too much interior space, but what is here, it matches the theme. It's supposed to be a robot repair shop, and that's what it looks like inside. There's the workbenches. There's the scrappy decor in here. Yeah, this is a really, really awesome looking build. And again, this is another one that is up there for me. Again, I'm not going to tell you what position it's in just yet. Overall, I really, really like this. Very, very cool build. And what we got the robot hanging down as well. Yeah, A-List, incredible work. I think you've done Radrux justice using this kind of style. Brilliant job. Brilliant job. Thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. So, camp number 5, right. This should be the last camp before I show you the honourable mentions. But for a 3rd week running, I have not chosen them yet. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. After this camp, we do have another 2 more to show you. God's sake. Yes, this is Grandma's Camp by ND. And right off the bat, yeah, the thing that stood out to me about this was the bridge that ND's made. That looks sick. You can't convince me otherwise. Awesome work. It looks brilliant. And the structure as a whole looks brilliant. It's scrappy, but also quite livable, if that makes sense. It's like a shithole, but it's not a shithole. Yeah, I quite like the mixture of the two there. I'm also a fan of how well it actually fits into the cliff face. Like, it fits in there nice, you know. A lot of camps that you see built on cliffs and rocks and awkward terrain, it looks like it's sitting on it rather than in it. This looks like it's built into it, like it's part of the cliff. Like, the foundations are actually... like the house is actually being held by foundations rather than just, you know, floating on top of it. Does that make any sense? I hope it does. You must know what I mean. You will have seen him around Wasteland. Just builds that look like a sparrow fart could knock him cascading down the cliffside and kill everybody who's occupying it. This looks built. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to leave that. Alright, ND, exterior-wise, love the bridge. By far my favourite bit of it. I like the decor. I like the roughness of the place. Let's see what you've done on the interior. I am expecting good things from you. And wow. Wow, actually. This is very well done, especially that front room. It's not too over-decorated. It's done nicely. And it's what you'd expect in Grandma's house, isn't it? Mantelpiece, trinkets, board games that have not been touched since 1825. I can literally smell the cat piss hitting my nostrils from here. I mean, yes, the kitchen is a little bit futuristic, but the rest of it, yeah, that is screaming OAP. This decor is literally saying, I've got 10 years of life left, maybe 15 at a push. Other than the kitchen, of course. Aye, ND, I love this build. I did initially pick it because of the exterior, but the interior's actually made it a bit more difficult for me to place this. Intriguing. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in. Okay then, so for camp number 6, we have yet another modern build. This is... what is this? Tranquility on the Rocks by Moonlight Cowboy. Now, do you know, like I was saying, it was hard to pick builds this week? Well, one of the reasons behind that was this is probably the 6th modern build that was submitted this week, and it was hard for me to choose. We had Cowan Baby pushing out a mint one. Dark one. Who else made one? What was the other fella's name that made a modern build, which I nearly put in? Give me a second. Lord Broski. That's it, yeah. There's been a shit ton of epic modern builds, but I think this one by Moon stood out to me a lot more, just like Alex's did. Now, yet again with Moons, we have another water location. I think the incorporation of the waterfall in this looks simply lovely. I am not going to lie to you. To be honest, the whole exterior of this gaff looks incredible. I love the little slitty window wall things. I still don't know how to do that, you know. I'm going to admit it. I mean, I get the general principles behind it, but it's something I've never tried. That is something I am actually going to have to learn, that. The little slitty boy 5000s, that sounds vulgar, and I don't know why, but I do like it. I do like how vulgar that sounds. But anyway, yes. The exterior on this thing, other than the windows and the shape, it wasn't actually my favourite. Like I say, I like them. I like how it steps down. But it wasn't actually my favourite. Yes, it looks lovely. But this is going to be an hard one for me to place. Now, what I do like is how well the walls actually are into the cliff. I do believe that this is fully enclosed as well, despite the cliff being there. Not sure what trickery Moon has used. But I like it. It could just be forgiving rocks, but I highly doubt it. They're not usually that forgiving. Very, very intriguing. So, yes, Moon, I do like the exterior of it, but it wasn't my favourite. Let's take a look on the inside, and... Nice. Nice. I mean, it's typical Moonlight Cowboy. Clean, modern, clever merges here and there. I like it. I do. That feature wall you've made there with the ivy, actually. Oh, that is nice. And all the exposed rocks and whatnot. I actually prefer the inside of it. I'm not going to... This is like ND's. I started off looking at the outside, but you take a look on interior. Makes it a little bit more tricky. This is nice. This is nice. This is a difficult one, yet again. Moon, thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever spot you find yourself in. Nice job with this one, actually. So now we come to our last build, and this is a case of saving the best to last. This is my favourite of the week, by far. I am going to tell you what position everything's in after this camp, but assume what you want to assume on this one. Wow. Lady H with the Storytime camp. Is it called Storytime? Make sure I get this right. Storybook. I do apologise. Stunning. I am actually lost for words on this one. It is a very clever idea, and it's beautifully well executed. And just for the slower people who are watching this video, and I don't mean that as an insult, I count myself amongst that group of people. This is actually a pop-out book on top of a table with a cup of coffee as well, which Lady H has made. And more books, which Lady H has made. God, this is so clever. I've never seen anything like it before. I don't know why I'm so excited about it, but I am just in love with this camp. It is awesome. Every now and again, you see a build that you think, yeah, this is my favourite that I've seen. And this is up there. This is up there. Such a novel idea. And it's so well done as well. Look how she's made the box out of the counters. And the pages. Oh, wow. Wow. And it's not even just the books. It's the actual detail and the decor on the houses. This is sick, man. Hands down the best camp at Wait. And we've not even mentioned the floating speech bubble. How do you even come up with that? This is sick. This is sick. Unreal. Such a clever idea. I've got nothing else to say about it. All I can do is blow smoke up Lady H's arse at this point. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how you can be that creative to think of something like this. It's like them bloody vehicle builds you see that Nux does as well. It gives me the same kind of reaction. Unreal. Unreal. Lady H, thank you very much for entering this week. Congratulations on whatever position you find yourself in, and we're going to find that out right about now. Okay then, so in the number 1 spot for me this week, and bear in mind guys, feel free to put down your ratings below. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with, etc, etc. Yeah, right. In the number 1 spot for me this week, surprisingly, we are going for Lady H with a 10 out of 10 rating on this Unreal build, right? Number 1, by far, for me. Purely down for the sheer creativity as well. Beautiful work. In the number 2 spot for me this week, again with a 10 out of 10 rating, is Alex P. This is one of the nicest modern home builds I've seen in a while. I love how it was executed. I love all the angles and the different layers in this build. Well decorated as well. So yeah, easily a well-deserved number 2 for me. Would have been number 1 if Lady H hadn't have come in with that masterpiece. Now, in the number 3 spot from me, we have A-List Productions with the Radrux-inspired robot repair shop. 9.5, very, very good build. Most weeks could have been a number 1. I love the scrappy feel about the place. I think the decor matched the theme perfectly. Yeah, easily number 3 this week for me. Okay, so this is where things start getting a little bit tricky. I have 3 camps tied with 9 out of 10s, which is NDs, Moons, and Silver Bunnies. For the number 4 spot, though, I am going to have to go with ND. I loved that bridge that you made. I think that was awesome. The look of the build overall really did it for me. And that interior decor, yeah, it really did capture the essence of Grandma's house. So yeah, in the number 4 spot with a 9 out of 10, we have ND. Thank you very much. So that leaves Moonlight Cowboy and Silver Bunny tied for the number 5 spot. And it is going to have to be Moonlight Cowboy. I liked your house, Moon. I think it was really well executed. And what did it for me, again, was the interior and how well you built the house into the cliff. Nice looking build, great decor and attention to detail. So yeah, in the number 5 spot, Moonlight Cowboy for me. So that leaves Busting My Ashley and Silver Bunny as the 2 honourable mentions. So we'll start with Bunnies. Bunny, I liked the camp. And I can appreciate the difficulty. I love the decor in it and how hard that must have been. But I don't know, it just didn't do it for me as much as some of the other builds. But that's not knocking it at all. I can see how much work you put into that. You did a great job. So congratulations on the honourable mention. So now we come to Busting My Ashley's build. Right, I actually, this was actually a 9 as well, to be honest with you. This was a hard one. Any other week, this would be top 5. This is happening a lot recently. I liked it. I think it was awesome. but the other modern style builds just pipped it for me. I actually think your living room was better decorated than the other two, if I'm honest. But Alex's shape and overall design is what did it for me on his. And the way that Moon incorporated is into the cliff face, and how the inside was very natural in that respect as well. So that's the only reason why, you know, why yours isn't in the top 5. I'm waffling. You know what I'm trying to say. Excellent build, and yeah, this is what I mean. I have to be brutal at the moment, as much as I hate doing it. But yeah, thank you to everybody this week. Great builds all round. Thank you to everyone who entered as well. Like I say, a lot of you would have got into the top 5 this week if it was normal circumstances. Yeah, tricky one. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Who would you put where? That made no sense, but I know what I'm trying to say. Also, if any of you watching do want to try your hand at entering the competition, there's a link in description to my Discord. It's all done through there. You can also check out the builders that entered this week as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, blah, 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 blah. And as we say in the north, I will love you and leave you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, everybody.